Howdy folks, thanks for joining me in the brewery. Brew day, and I'm putting on the third or the last, depends how you want to look at it, of the wedding brews for the daughter's wedding. So today I'm doing a Scottish ale. I took a little bit of time to sort of work out exactly what beer I was going to do for the third beer. First two were pretty simple. XPA, it's just something that's easy and everyone's going to drink, and hopefully the weather will be nice, and yeah, given there's a lot of mega school lagers on the beer menu, an XPA sounded like a great option. Not going to frighten people, going to work alright, and still showcases a little bit of craft beer. Second beer was a brewed IPA, which was requested by Mrs. Littlejohn because it's one of the only beers she really drinks in any quantity. So given she feels like she might like to have a drink on the wedding, we went with the brewed IPA, and it's also a style that's going to suit, the seaside, on the beach, or the surf club. Yeah, the wedding's all but on the beach itself, it's just on the grass. So the brute will work. And for the third beer, I wasn't really sure where I was going. I've discussed previously about the history of the Aussie Surf Club with myself and my wife and our crew when we were growing up. We both lived in Ostermere as children, and we spent a few nights down there skinny dipping in our youth. At the end of a night out in summer. So I thought of doing a stronger, like a double IPA or something like that, and something was going to entice people to skinny dip. But anyway, that changed, and I was thinking about it. And both families have got a heavy Scottish background. My family on my father's side is Scottish. My mum's side is a mix of Scottish and English. And the groom's side are fairly Scottish descended as well. So Scottish ale goes well. So I'm basically recreating the Loch Doon Ale that I did just over a year ago. It was September last year, just over 12 months ago, which really came out really well. It was surprising at the time because it was the first time I'd actually brewed a Scottish ale, and I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but it came out really nice. So I've sat down and I've had to just change the malts and stuff a little bit, just due to what I've got on hand as opposed to what I had last year. So what we've got in the pot at the moment is 91%, or 90.9% Voyager Valoria Pale Malt, 7% Pale Crystal, which is Thomas Fawcett's, I think it was. Not completely sure, but it's a pommy pale anyway. And 2.1% of chocolate wheat. Just finish it out, give us some nice darkness to the brew, and to bring just that little bit of the astringent, acrid note that you sort of need in the style without being too much. So that's the grain bill. I'm doing a full volume batch, so I've got 33 litres in here. Still haven't got my recirculation set up. I've got the bits. I looked at it yesterday and just didn't get to it with other things I was doing. So it's getting closer. But we're going for now. So I've mashed in at, mash water was about 68 degrees. I'm looking for a 65 degree mash. We'll see where we're sitting. Looks like we're sitting about 64. So I'm just going to pop the element on for about 2 minutes just to bring us up a little. And then I'm going to let this sit for 30 minutes and then I'll bring it up to 72. Hold it at 72 for about 10 minutes and then bring it to 78 to finish, then pull back. So we'll come back and have a look towards the end of the mash and see how we're travelling. Righto, we've worked through the mash. Just a bit of a mix through, check gravity before I pull this back. Probably should pull the bag first, there you go. It's all good. Chasing the pre-boil of 1041, that's sitting on about 1040. So I'm pretty happy with that, close enough. And that may come up a little bit, in the high 70s. I found the automatic temperature correction on the hydrometer is a little off once you get sort of above 70. Works around 65, no problem, like in that sort of mash range, but once you get above that, it starts to get a little bit iffy. So I don't mind this is a little bit under gravity, it won't hurt. At target gravity we're looking at a we get target gravity, we're looking for a 4.7% ABV beer. And despite the initial idea to make a beer was going to encourage people to go skinny dipping, I had decided that beers that weren't going to bloody drop people on their asses at the wedding was probably a better idea overall. So yeah. So if it comes in a little bit under, and we end up with a beer that's 4.5, 4.6%, that's not really an issue. So all is good. I'll get this bag out of here. Get up there, up here. There you go. Little John's going in getting his hernia done. I've had a hernia for 3 years. I've been waiting about 2.5 to get it fixed. And they're finally doing it 9 days before the wedding. So timing isn't fantastic, but gee, I'll be glad to get it done because I've lost so much fucking body strength for not being able to lift shit. Or big stuff, and not doing that sort of stuff. Righto, so we'll just let that sit and drain. Hold the bag there. Time for a replenishment. We've got an extra one of these. These are the big serious bag from Kegland. I think I've got I got 5 of them originally, I think. I'm pretty sure I've kept at least one for myself. I did give some out as Patreon giveaways, but anyway, so we'll get that coming to a boil, and I can't really see what I've got there, but we'll have an update on volume a little bit further down the track. Right now I'm going to go and make myself some lunch while this comes up to a boil. Then after that we'll have a sit down, we'll talk about hops and yeast and all that other fun stuff. Righto, boil's just started, so need to get the 60-minute hops in. Now last batch I did this was all Willamette. Willamette 60 and then Willamette 20 minutes. I don't have enough Willamette to do the whole batch, so I'm splitting it with some EKG. Because that'll work fine. And the EKG is probably a more traditional sort of hop for the style anyway. So I've got, this is the EKG, 14 grams of EKG. And 15 grams of Willamette. So I think it was originally like 27 grams of Willamette at 60. Yeah, so I didn't have enough, so this is all I got. So 15 grams for now. Which according to my inventory should leave me 11 grams. That's 19, that's probably pretty close. So I'll get first lot in now. So the second lot will go in at 20. Pre-boil volume is 31 litres, which is bang on target. So we're travelling well volume-wise, gravity-wise. Can be a case of what we get out and what we finish with the boil. We're looking good so far. So let's go put these in. Right, we're just coming up on the 15-minute boil edition. I think I might have said 20 minutes for the next hops earlier on, but when I was weighing them out, I had 15 grams of Willamette left, not the 11 that I'd put in the original recipe, so I've adjusted. I've dropped that back to a 15-minute edition instead of 20 to get the same IBU. So it's about to go in. And at the same time as that goes in, I'll be dropping half a Wellflock tablet and half a teaspoon of some yeast nutrient. So you get us going along. Righto, that's boil done. Chiller in. I'd normally have this in before now, but I've partially missed my window. I normally get in with about 5 minutes to go. but that's all good. Chill's to sanitise, so I'll go and hook the hoses up and get the chill happening. We'll come back, we'll have a look when we get this into the fermenter, see what we end up with, talk some numbers and have a look at the yeast. Righto. Transfer's done. We're in the fermenter. 24 litres, she's about 22, 23 degrees at the moment, so not going to get much shrinkage. That's the colour. I have a funny feeling last batch might have been a little bit darker than that, but anyway. We've ended up with 24 litres in the fermenter. So a litre extra than what we're aiming for, so that's all good. Let's get a hydro reading, see where we're sitting. Target 24 litres, so that's a bonus. Target gravity was post oil was we've got, and once again it tries to hide around the other bloody side. Bloody thing, every time. 1046. Yeah, 1046. So we were looking for 1047 at 23 litres. We've got 1046 for 24 litres. So that's alright. That gives us brew house is 67.78. We've started off with 67 target, so bang, that's as good as on the fucking numbers for me. Certainly no complaints with that, so that's all good. Let's get a bit of a taster here, see what she tastes like. Okay, yeah, that's good. Nice bit of malt. Hops aren't silly, there's hops there, but they're not bloody over the top. Beautiful, I'm happy. Happy. So, ferment. Let me just tell you, you can't put your hydrometer in the wrong end of the tube. We are fermenting with, I've got a starter going with Imperial Tartan, which is the yeast I used on the original Loch Doon Ale, and got really good results. So going with that again. Starter's sitting over here to the side. It's been going for a couple of days. It took a little while to get going, but she's there. She's got a nice little whack of yeast in the bottom. I'm going to go and give this fermenter a good shake, get some oxygen into it, pour the excess water off that starter, get it in the fridge. Ferment on this fella will be straight up 18 degrees. No mucking around. It will just go for, I've got 14 days. I haven't actually played around with it here on brew fibre at the moment. It won't be 14 days. It will go for 7 days. We'll get a couple of days. We get raised. Actually, probably go about 5 days, and then raised up to about 22 to finish. So do that for about 8 days, 8-day ferment. cold crash for 2 days, maybe 3, and get her into a keg. Because right now we are only 4 weeks and a few days off this wedding, so it needs to get into a keg so she's ready to go. It's a little bit skinnier than I would like, but this is a brew that will hold up to being drunk fresh. It's not hoppy or anything like that, so it doesn't need to settle. It'll work good. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So anyway guys, that's it. Meeting of the clans, Scottish Ale. Done, dusted. I'll stick a link down the bottom to the Brew Father recipe so you can have a look at that. Because this was a bloody nice beer last time, so I'm hoping, well, not so much hoping, but I'm confident we're going to get a good beer this time. So that's it, guys. Questions and comments down the bottom as per always. There's links down there as well for Patreon. So, hit the subscribe button if you want to hit the subscribe button. If you don't hit the subscribe button, don't hit the subscribe button. It's your choice. It's a simple rule of life. But give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. But for now, that's me, Little John. I'm out of here. So until I see you again, we're brewing beer, drinking beer, talking beer. Hey, good brewing.